I've just picked up 2 laptops from Facebook Marketplace. This Toshiba was the one I was interested in because it's an i7 laptop, and the listing wasn't the most detailed, but it had this i7 sticker on, and I did a Google image search on the sticker and it came up as a 3rd gen. So this should have an i7 3rd gen. It's also got Radeon graphics. It's sort of a laptop with USB 3, HDMI network, VGA, audio, optical drive on this side, another USB and power. And both laptops came with the chargers. But I went to look at this one and it was £20, and he said he's got another one in his car. And he had this one, which I know less about, Windows 8 Pro sticker on there. It's also got VGA, HDMI, USB, network, power. It's even got the box. It's got optical, 2 more USB. And this one doesn't have the processor sticker on, but does say ProBook. So I thought it's worth a try. I don't know what it is, but looks in pretty good condition. Oh, so it's a ProBook 455 up here. And we'll just have a look, see what they're like. He said the hard drives have been removed, so that's not a problem. I can put in a spare SSD. But yeah, let's see what happens when we switch it on. The Toshiba laptop has a huge power brick. It is 19 volts and 6.32 amps. This is what it came with. So put that in and plug this into the side. We've got a light here, and pressing the power button. See what happens. So it shows as the power being connected, and if I press the power button, oh, it's got the green light now. It sounds like it's switching on, and the power is coming out 68 watts at the moment. Not seeing anything on screen yet. The fan is spinning up. Still nothing on the screen. Does look like it's got memory in there. So off, on. The optical drive made a noise. Opens fine. But we're not getting anything on the screen, so maybe it was all too good to be true. Let's switch this off and check the memory. There's just one screw to get into this section, so that makes things quick and easy. And the drive is removed, that's fine. Got a battery, easy to access. And we've got 4 gig DDR3 stick here. That's a Kingston. And it actually tells you what it is, which is rare for a Kingston. So let's put that, let's put that back in. And then we can remove the battery. See if that does anything or helps in any way. Looks like a replacement battery rather than the original. Putting the power back in. Waiting for this to light up and then trying the power button again. It's got a little green light here. It's very dull though, this green light. Is it even on? Maybe I'll connect an external monitor. Okay, I've connected HDMI to this monitor. It's not getting anything, so maybe this laptop needs a drive in to switch on. I'm going to put a drive in and see if that makes any difference. Maybe it's just got old thermal paste, it's getting too hot and deciding not to actually switch on. It's got the Radeon graphics, maybe that has a problem. Let's try one more time and then maybe we'll have to move on to the other laptop. So there is a green light here, but it's really, really faint. Yeah, I don't think we're getting anything from this. Might have to take this apart and have a closer look at this system. I mean, it's possible it's dead and they've had it lying around for so long they've forgotten that it doesn't work and are just selling it off, assuming that it works fine. Let's have a look at the next one. This one comes with a 19 volt and 2.3 amp power adapter. And we'll plug the power in. It's got a matte display. And then the light is lit up here. So I'll press that. Oh, it's off. Press it on. Keyboard feels nice and solid. Is something coming on the screen? Is that just wishful thinking? Let's try the HDMI cable. Try again. I'll try holding the power button, see what happens. Okay, let's double check I'm using the right power adapter. Yep, try switching it on. It's not drawing any power from the plug socket over here. So does that mean I've basically bought two broken laptops? Certainly would look that way. Here's an original looking battery. Wonder how easy it is to access this panel. It almost looks like it should slide off, or oh, it does. That's nice. So again, drive removed as expected. Maybe the memory's not in properly. This doesn't look correct, this bit here. And we've got 4 GB of PC3L, and not sure what this one is because it's got a sticker over the top, but they look very similar. So hopefully these are both the right bits of memory, but I'll just put this one in because I can read the label and it looks correct. But it does look like this is slightly damaged, this clip here. Hopefully that shouldn't cause any actual problems. Maybe I'll try just putting one in this top one. Yeah, that one clicks in correctly. Processor under here. Wi-Fi. Let's see what happens. I'm not getting anything now. Let's try with the battery back in. Nothing. I wonder if it needs this tray back on for some reason. Okay. I appear to have bought two completely broken laptops. That's really quite frustrating. Let's try this memory in the bottom slot. Could be the memory that's bad actually. Oh, we've got the light back, but it doesn't actually switch on. Okay, let's try some different memory that we know should work. Okay, I'm not getting anything from this. With the battery out, with the battery in, different memory that I know works. Oh, wait, we've got a power light. Let's try again. I think this is a dead laptop. Okay, so we've got the light. It's not taking any power from the wall. There's no display on the screen. There's nothing when I plug it into this. No HDMI signal from the device. And there don't seem to be any additional lights on this laptop that would tell me anything useful. The optical drive doesn't open, which makes me think that it's not actually getting power even though this light is on. But you'd think there might be some beeps or a flashing light. I might need to take this apart to see if there's anything I can do to get this up and running again. Let's move back to the other laptop and see if it'll work with the battery removed. I'm not sure if I tried that or not. Okay, one more thing to check, considering there's no power coming to the power adapter. I'll try a multi-adapter, see if that works. Okay, so this has got power. Let's press the power button. Nothing happening. Just try pulling the power out and putting it back in. See if we can get anything. I think this laptop is dead. I could try this power adapter with the Toshiba laptop. Maybe the Toshiba's got a bad power adapter. Then again, the Toshiba was actually drawing power from the wall and was making noises, so perhaps I should just try it without the battery plugged in and see if it works that way. Okay, I'm going to try and switch this on. It doesn't have the battery in at the moment. Oh, I also need to plug this in. Okay, it's plugged in. Switching it on now. Seeing what happens. So the power's going to the laptop. But there is nothing on the screen. The fan is spinning. The optical drive can be opened. Something's happening, but no video output. Yeah, we're just stuck with a laptop that doesn't work. Okay, well, maybe that's why I shouldn't buy laptops from Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, that is a real shame. And kind of a waste of money. But maybe we'll be able to get this working. Tear it down, replace thermal paste, things like that. Maybe see if we can clear the CMOS. Maybe I'll remove that battery. See if that helps. It might be a dead CMOS battery. It might need a working one. But if you have any ideas, if you've worked on this laptop yourself and know of any kind of common issues with these, let me know. This is a Toshiba Satellite L855. The other one is a ProBook 455G1. This is a CR2032 battery. Don't think this will make any difference, but I can always try it. Process of elimination, etc. Still switches on, the fans spin up. Nothing on the screen though. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas on what might be wrong with these laptops. Could be that this has overheated at some point and cooked the graphics chip. The other one, I'm not sure what is going on. I've got no idea at all with this one. But it's a shame because they look like they would have been quite decent spec laptops. So it'd be quite neat to get these up and running. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in another video. Feel free to hit subscribe, like, comment, share, and become a member if you want. Thanks again for watching. I've also tried a VGA cable and still nothing on the screen. Just held the power button, it switches off, and it was getting warm and the fans were spinning up, so there's something working in here, just not outputting. I've put a fresh battery in here. In the process, the clip that holds the battery in place has snapped off, and we've got this on screen, this corrupted display. I've connected the VGA and I'm getting this corrupted display. Let me just try HDMI. Okay, so it just switched itself off. Let's switch it back on again. I haven't tried HDMI, but I was gonna see if that did anything different. So here we go again. Press F2 key to set date time. This is not looking good. Core i7 36 something. Exit, saving changes. We'll pretend we've set the battery. We're getting that again. And no bootable device, but definitely looks like a corrupt graphics card on this one. I've not really seen something like this for a long time. If I drop the battery out, because it doesn't stay in, switch it off, switch it back on, see what happens. Okay, so it is powering on without the battery. Maybe the battery needed to come out to completely wipe the BIOS. Let me try the HDMI cable. Nothing on the HDMI. I'll try switching it off and then back on. See if it displays anything on HDMI. I'm guessing not. And also nothing on the internal display, which is a little bit odd. This monitor doesn't seem to do auto detection, which is a shame. Nice if it auto switched, but oh yeah, it did auto switch to VGA, and we've got this display. So I'm going to try putting a battery in the other laptop and see if that gets us anywhere with the other one. Okay, so I've replaced the little CMOS battery in this, and the light comes on. Doesn't look like any power comes out of the actual wall socket, and there's nothing on the external display either, so getting nothing at all from this laptop, even though it does light up. Yeah, nothing from this one, but the other one looks like it's got corrupted graphics, so not sure we're really going to be able to do anything with that one. But if you've got any ideas, leave a comment below. I think this one I have a little bit more hope for, but yeah, again, leave a comment below. Let me know if you know of any fixes for corrupt graphics on Toshiba. L855 with Radeon graphics. I mean, it could be the memory. Let's try some different memory. Okay, this is with some different memory. We're still getting the same distorted, corrupt graphics. So the changing the memory out hasn't made a difference. We're still getting this. So I'm guessing the Radeon graphics has its own memory, and that has perhaps corrupted. I've put an SSD in here. This is what Windows looks like. The trackpad works, right click works, and left click works. Let's have a look at the processor temperatures. So it's an Intel Core i7 3630QM, which looks like a quad core, and the temperatures are not looking good. 103 on this one. Let's bring up Task Manager if I can find it. It's difficult to see, and I've got the taskbar full of items. So yeah, this is a quad-core processor with 4 cores and 8 threads. So quite a decent processor. Definitely looks like it's getting a bit too hot. So I think we need to tear this laptop down, replace the thermal paste. I don't think it's going to improve anything in terms of the graphical glitches. But I wonder if this changes if we change the resolution. If I can see what I'm actually doing. Okay, so still there, but more spread out. And this doesn't have the drivers installed for this graphics in this laptop. Yeah, I think I'll need to do a full teardown of this laptop, replace the thermal paste, see if I can see anything, but it still might end up looking exactly the same after doing all that, which is a real shame, but yeah. So we've got inside, and that was relatively easy. Take out all the screws, take out the optical drive. There's another screw there, and the bottom lifts off. I didn't need to find some screws on the other side where the keyboard was or is. There's a bit of dust. Whoops, just brushed something all the way over here, I'm guessing. This is a broken bit of hinge that probably should be part of the other section. The same here, there's another bit of broken plastic hinge that should be part of the other section that I've taken off. And I'll probably try and glue those or put those, oh no, that just crumbles away into tiny little pieces up here. So I won't put that back. But we've got a fan here that is designed to cool both the CPU, which is already at 103 degrees C, and then under here, I'm guessing the graphics, and then this looks like the memory chips for the graphics that are not cooled by anything. So no wonder they are not doing so good. But we may as well check under here, check the thermal paste, and see if that helps in any way. This laptop is a little bit kind of not the most solidly constructed laptop, but it does have quite a high spec CPU, and it is socketed. So if this laptop, you know, is completely dead, then I could sell this processor. Oh, look at that. Half of the, oh, that is a lot of dust, that is gross. Half of the memory has cooling, this half not. How is that an acceptable solution? Yeah, don't worry about that half. This half, yeah, cool this half, cool this memory under here. Don't bother with that one. That'll be why this laptop has corrupt graphics, because they couldn't cool this. So yeah, at least it's quite clear what the problem is. That's still wet. That's a bit harder. That's still a little bit wet, but we'll clean this up. We'll replace the thermal paste on all of this. This is underneath. If they put some metal over here, this laptop would still be working perfectly. But yeah, I'll clean this up and replace the thermal paste. Here is a close-up of the AMD Radeon processor. The Hynix memory chips. And then here is a close-up of the CPU. Not really sure what to do to cool these two memory chips here. I mean, maybe one of these is overheated rather than the ones that aren't covered up. It's interesting that they've got this red sort of glue holding them in place. We've also got no video output to the screen, so this is the video cable. I'm not sure what is going on with that, but it's unfortunately on the other side of this board. Is it going to be easy to have a look at that? Okay, so I've undone a screw here holding the fan down. It looks like we can sort of lift this whole board up and maybe flip it over without too much hassle, although there's a few extra cables in the way. Okay, some new information. There is also memory chips for the graphics on the other side. These look like they have no cooling at all. So even if we were able to cool the memory chips on the other side, this side would still be not cooled properly. I'm not sure what's going on with the cables down here. There's basically a red wire taped onto the video cable. Yeah, I need to reconnect the keyboard and the trackpad. Go here. But yeah, this is quite dusty, and these memory chips have no cooling at all, and there doesn't appear to be any kind of airflow designed to go anywhere near this sort of setup. But you could potentially put some thermal pads on here, but I'm guessing if the solder has actually not corrupted, what's the word, dry solder joints, where these chips have, you know, lost proper connection, then proper cooling is not going to be the solution to this. Anyway, I'm going to try putting it back together, try and connect everything up, and hopefully get it all back together with some fresh thermal paste, a little bit better cooling, and we'll see what happens. You never know, might get lucky. So I unplugged the video cable, plugged it back in, and I've put it all back, and I'm now just hoping that I can get to this cable from the other side. Okay, so it looks fairly straightforward to lift this keyboard out. Yeah, so that gives us, oh, it's dusty under there. That could do with a clean. Okay, so we just need to plug this in here and plug the keyboard back in, and then we can carry on with the assembly. that's the trackpad, and then the keyboard. Let's get rid of some of this dust. There's no sort of, on this there's this little extra plastic to help with plugging it in. On this one it doesn't appear to be, so hopefully I've got it in far enough. And let's get rid of some more dust. It's such a flimsy laptop when you kind of don't have all the parts screwed in. But hopefully we're gonna see some results. Okay, so we've got it all screwed back in, then we'll paste on all of the relevant bits. I mean, potentially these are the chips that are getting too hot. If this isn't cooling the graphics chip enough and this is getting too hot, these chips could just be getting too hot, whereas all these other chips might all be fine, but I'm just guessing at this point. Let's just quickly put it back together, see if anything has changed. And I'll just screw in a random screw just as a token gesture. Put some memory in. Put the drive in. Connect, well, flip it over, maybe this can click in some more. Yep. Flip it over, plug in the video connection, plug in the power, and press the power button. The light has come on down here. There's power coming from the wall. I think it's just switched itself off again. And oh, there we go, it's alive, but the graphical problem remains. Yeah. I mean, we can boot into Windows and see if the temperatures have improved, but yeah, I guess I should check if the keyboard and trackpad work, but it's kind of not the most pressing matter really, and there's nothing on the screen either, which is a shame. Keyboard seems to work. I've got num lock and caps lock lighting up. I need to check the trackpad works, but I think this laptop is, unfortunately, as you can see, broken. It is goosed. It's a shame because the processor in it, if the graphics card worked as well, this could make a really nice little laptop. Well, not little, but big chunky power hungry laptop. Definitely a shame to see that it's in this situation. Leave a comment if you think there is a easy fix for this. CPU temperature still seems high. I sometimes feel like some of these laptop manufacturers made laptops without really considering how hot some of these processors get, and without considering that, you know, this cooling solution may be fine for a lower power processor, but not for this CPU, which is quad-core 8 threads. So let's just run the CPU mark and see what we get. I mean, we might get thermal throttling. Okay, so that has got a CPU mark of 5,530. Yeah, what temperature did it get up to? 102 degrees C, so yeah. Overall, pretty disappointing, and I don't think there's really a solution to this graphical issue. Suppose we could install the drivers for the graphics card, but I think, you know, it's still going to have a corrupt display. And the laptop doesn't display anything to the screen. It's also getting worse. Wonder if there's any options in the BIOS to use the Intel graphics. Not sure. I think this laptop is done for, unfortunately. If you've got this far, if you've carried on watching, thanks for watching.